Hey, Tyler Barnes here. My YouTube handle is Mindcraft, all uppercase, craft with a K.
And yeah, hey guys, it's Justin here. Justin Till. It's capital J and the rest is lowercase. My YouTube handle. So yeah, how's it going, guys? How's it going, Tyler?
It's going
How's
good, man.
everything going? Tell me about your new edition if you want to.
My new addition. uh,
Yeah,
my girlfriend's pregnant.
yeah, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. We're expecting in April. Yeah, we saw an ultrasound yesterday, and I actually got to see my baby's heartbeat. It was pretty emotional.
That's wicked.
It was really overwhelming. It was beautiful.
So it's you don't know the like yeah you wouldn't know the gender yet.
No, not yet. I mean, I saw something. It was probably the umbilical cord because it was pretty big.
We know.
I don't think it was his dick.
Yeah, we know.
Could be huge.
Sorry.
Could have been his dick, but it was pretty big.
Imagine that he comes out when he's born, right?
Yeah,
He flies. He comes out in a little tiny hot rod. He flies up the doctor's bald head and grabs pinches the nurse's bum, and he cuts his own umbilical cord on the way out too, and he's swinging his wiener at people, and slipping the cards and stuff. And you guys are all trying to catch him. And he's getting away.
yeah.
Imagine that, like
Imagine that.
20 inch or that 20-inch wiener, and he's swinging it at the security guards, and that juice, like when you're born, like I forget what it's called. He's slipping on it,
Yeah,
like on his card.
yeah,
I'm just joking. No, man, like, that'd be nuts, though.
yeah.
Hopefully it's not chocolates, though.
Childbirth is an amazing thing. No, there was just one,
Our twins. Two twin girls.
not twins. Oh, no, just one.
They read it wrong, though, and it's twins.
I don't know. It just looked like a peanut. Just
So
looked
I'm
like a peanut.
joking.
Well, anyways, so how about these moths, eh?
They're hurting.
They're
They hate
hurting?
them. They eat the clothes and everything.
So many moths.
Like, I was at home, my friend was telling me, like, I seen a few, right? In my place, I put them outside, but I seen a few in the hallway, too. And then he said he opened the door, and there was, like, hundreds in the
Yeah.
hallway. He was doing Doc Kingsway, and, like, just, I love burning me, right?
No, there's a lot of moths, man.
He said when he opened the door, there was hundreds flying around, scattering.
I mean, it's an obvious imbalance in our ecosystem. I guess that's pretty obvious. I guess the moth predators are on hiatus or something. So there's a lot of
They're on
moths.
vacation.
I got like 100 moths on the side of my mom's house.
Yeah, I don't like them though. I mean, I didn't kill them. I also caught like a spider.
Yeah,
I showed you, right? I just put that outside, but I just don't want them in my place.
yeah. They eat your clothes.
Pretty sure they will. Okay,
Yeah, you need mothballs.
they make them, right?
Imagine moths had balls, eh?
They have what?
Balls.
They probably do.
Yeah, they probably do.
Imagine when it flies at you and it's got a nut sack the size of a football. Smacks you in the face. Flies like this. And just you don't see it though.
Yeah,
They can like fly really fast. You
but
just got knocked out by a nut sack.
but apparently the moths are bad for the forestry industry. Apparently they're eating the foliage, and
Yeah, they kill everything, dude.
yeah, they're like locusts. Except
I
they're,
don't like them.
no, they're no good. Speaking
They're a
of
bad
moths,
crowd, eh? And they're a bad crowd to fall in.
yeah,
Falling into the bad crowd of moths. Eh? They're gangsters.
yeah, they
They just
are.
take what they want.
They take over. Um, speaking of moths, though, have you ever heard of the Mothman?
Yeah, and Fallout 76, they have it as a character.
Really?
I've heard about it in towns. I've heard about it in documentaries I've watched.
Yeah, Point Pleasant in West Virginia, I think was the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, like um, there are multiple sightings of this giant moth creature.
I want to meet it.
Yeah, me too. Maybe these moths are like its minions, and he's on his way to Vancouver.
Yeah, after the way this year's been, I wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah,
it showed up in the balcony and I look over and it's like, looking at me with beady red eyes.
yeah, beady red eyes.
Speaks English at me. Or says something in Russian.
Well, Point Pleasant was like 70s, 80s.
You know what I mean?
Was it 80s?
Yeah, no, it made the bridge collapse. Imagine
Yeah,
it spoke like multiple languages to you, and then finally when it figured out you speak English, it talks to you telepathically. I'm kidding, obviously, but
yeah.
seriously, man, people believe that it's real though. I don't know what to say.
Well, multiple sightings of the same thing, and like I was saying, this was in the 70s or 80s after a bridge collapse, so it seems to follow natural disasters. But there's been recent sightings of the Mothman in Chicago last year
Yeah, yeah, I
at
heard about that. I totally forgot about that.
the
Forgot
O
what they said.
the O'Hare airport in
Yeah,
Chicago. Chicago. So one of the workers there saw a giant moth chilling by a fence. Giant Mothman. Yeah.
well, that's mental. I wonder what it really is. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be an alien.
Yeah, it could be an alien. Well, apparently,
Could be a
like,
species though. You
apparently,
know that when they were the planet. Sorry, what?
Sasquatches are multi-dimensional, and
Those are real.
they can
I'm
travel.
telling you, man. I'm sure those are real. People said I was crazy when I said that's real.
I've heard it from a lot of people. I don't know if they're taking the piss or what, because it's like native, it's part of native culture, right?
There's Sasquatch
Yeah,
and Yetis and all kinds. I heard stuff from native people too.
yeah. Heard a lot
You
of
know what
stories.
pisses me off though? When they had the Olympics here, they made Squatchy and Miga and all that stuff. They should have just made it represented art as made by actual natives from British Columbia.
Yeah, they look more like
And
Pokemon.
yeah, I thought I was actually offended by that, even though I'm not of native descent, Aboriginal descent. My friends were.
Yeah,
Well, they are, and they were like pissed, man. They're like, that's very offensive. It is.
yeah. I mean, there's so much
I'm
culture we
not
could have drawn
any
on.
culture, but
Yeah,
just saying, man. Like, you're having the Olympics in a Canadian country, and
yeah,
I thought the native people here of this country should have made it.
yeah, for sure. So there was a school burnt down on the island of Lesbos.
Yeah.
It's a
Where is
refugee
it?
camp. It's off of Greece, I think.
Oh, that was on the news earlier. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
There's a fire too. There's a fire, huge fire at Nanaimo scrapyard, buddy. You should see the black smoke going up.
Nanaimo scrapyard.
Yeah, just on the news now.
Ah,
Whoa, wow. That's how many fires are going on? So many.
oh no, you were telling me
One
about
after another.
one in Oregon, just
Yeah, I'm in Washington.
in Washington.
The smoke flew over to this part of the whatever.
The world, part of the world.
It's just I think it's mental, don't you?
It's crazy how many forest fires every year. Like, are people starting them?
More,
Or,
more and more and more.
yeah.
I'm sick of it. I don't want to breathe that in.
Well, at least it's not like a garbage fire. Well, I guess the scrapyard's a garbage fire. That's the stuff that's bad to breathe in.
Like, where I live, right? Way down the hill was Stride Pit, right?
Yeah.
And people used to dump there, and people are living on it now. There used to be fires in that place too, and that stuff burns and goes in the air. There was fires there lots when I was a kid, and people would like throw like everything there, batteries. I'm talking like deep in the ground, and like everything you could think of, cars buried there, bags of salmon heads, like old beds, everything.
Bags of salmon heads.
So I walked by one day when I was 15, and there was well 5 bags of salmon heads. All, like I'm talking garbage bags full, just
Wow.
falling out of the bed.
That's a lot of
Just
salmon heads.
that all going into the water or the ground, and then people are drinking the water, even though they say it's safe to live on it. My friend's wife lives on it, and they're drinking that.
Yeah. That's
But
harsh.
she's saying it's making her sick. I'm like, shouldn't drink that. Obviously.
Yeah, fish head water? I don't know, man.
Car batteries, motor oil, everything you could think of. I find needles, all bags full of used rigs. So that stuff seeped into the ground. Even though it seeps into the dirt, they dug really deep apparently.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It goes even deeper, and when you put pipes, sometimes water gets through the ground and pushes right
Yeah.
back up. It'll go back up and it'll trust where the pipes are. Some of it will, anyways, and then it will seep into the pipes eventually.
Crazy. But yeah,
It's gross.
on Lesbos, they got 850,000 refugees, and I'm assuming that's Syria and other parts of,
Period.
yeah,
Yeah,
and they got stuck there because of COVID, eh?
that's sad. Those poor people, eh?
Yeah, being stuck in this camp and burning down a school.
You know, yeah, all of that. I like anyone, Syrian people or anyone. Like, I feel bad for them having to go to Greece right now because the city itself is very dirty at the moment.
Well, yeah,
So,
the COVID's pretty bad there. I mean, it's not like America. Pew
no.
pew.
I mean, the litter though, just the litter. Even Vancouver's been having that. This guy had to shut his shop down because these junkies were smashing his windows, taking dumps, and peeing, and defecating in front of his door and his rigs and garbage every day, every morning. Sick of it. And it's downtown.
That's brutal.
Is that we were like that's like that in Greece too. There's
Yeah.
tons of junkies going around. It's actually disgusting because I wouldn't want to live around that.
No. So yeah, some good news.
I hope so. I feel bad for those Syrian people and all the other refugees too.
So 39 kids were rescued in Operation Not Forgotten.
That's good.
That's really good. There was something online about how 39 kids rescued from a double-wide trailer. How come this isn't global news? They weren't all from the trailer. There were more than one operation. I think they found 29 kids in the trailer, which is crazy, or 26, and they found the location of 13 other kids. That's awesome.
Good.
We need more of that, a lot more, because I think thousands of kids go missing from United States every year. Thousands. I don't have the number, but I think it's like 10,000 kids. That's crazy.
That got rescued. Millions, like tens of millions, go missing every year and don't even get found ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was like 10,000. 10 million's a lot. That's a lot of people.
No, like millions though. Like I forget the exact number, but so all throughout the whole world, and not just in North America.
Oh, the whole world, yeah.
The whole world, lots of kids every year, millions.
Yeah, and I think things like this should be on the news. Like, this is a big win. Like, a big win.
Well, I mean, you know who runs the world though, right?
Yeah.
The Skinners.
Yeah.
Bad people. Did you see that Filipino kid that seen running from the Royal Palace?
Mm.
Forgot to tell you about that earlier.
Shit. Filipino kid running from the palace.
I'll have to look it back up and send you the video, but
Well,
it really pissed me off, man.
Yeah, the royalty.
Like,
I don't really know about the royalty. Anyone who can, what's that guy's name? Savile, Jimmy Savile. Anyone that could make him a knight, like, there's got to be something wrong with the royal family if they can
Well,
associate with
you
people
know who
like
Jimmy Savile was, right?
Mhm.
Seville?
Mm.
Weirdo.
Yeah.
He found his little one of his relatives, and they were found at the train station. They came brought to this place, and he walks in, and then they molested the kids. They let his family go, the young kid, but apparently, but like stuff like that. The royal family got him off because of his connection to them.
So I don't really like the royals. So there it is. I don't like them.
You don't like who?
The royals.
The Royals?
Well, you
I
got
don't like. I never wanted to meet Prince Harry and William when they came to Burnaby South.
Well, it makes me
I was in
think.
Clinton Elementary.
Makes
Sorry?
me think they're decent people that just don't want to be associated with, like, the scum of the earth. That's protected by the scum of the earth. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I don't want nothing to do with them. I never wanted to meet them when I saw my teacher's English, and he liked them, and I'm like, I don't know what it is. Something's wrong about them. I don't like them, and I had the same kind of like. It wasn't a feeling. When I met my principal, Mr. Benest, he turned out to be a harsh child molester. I told you the story before. So when they said, do I want to meet them? I said, no, because I don't think something's right with them. Something is definitely wrong. And I said, no. And he got really pissed off. And because I started swearing and everything, said, I'm not going to meet them. And tried to put me in a timeout. And then I got suspended for like a couple days. I flipped right out. Said, I'm not going to see them.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that I think they're no good.
Yeah,
I
they're no
couldn't
good.
explain why. And people are like, oh, that you just don't like them. I'm like, listen, I'm part British myself and whatever, and like, I don't care, man. It has nothing to do with that. It's not that I'm jealous that they're rich and all this stuff. Of course, I want to be rich and blah blah. I just didn't like them. If they were actually good people, let's say like someone said, let's say you were a person that was famous, and because I know you, then yeah, I would want to meet them. Maybe, probably not, but I just didn't want to meet them because they're no good. And
Well,
people don't realize.
they have so much money, and money could fix so many problems. You know what I'm saying?
I already know. If I had money, let's say like we do some crazy stuff, right? We go to jail. They do stuff. They don't even go to jail.
Yeah, it's like a
Like they
joke.
most likely won't go to jail at all.
They all got each other's backs. It's like a big joke.
People will just pay. They just pay money.
Yeah,
Which isn't always the case. I mean, if you look at Epstein, he wasn't a guy that was the ringleader.
I wouldn't think he would be, and I'm sure there are
Sorry?
more islands like that. I wouldn't think he would be.
There's
I think he'd
millions.
just be like a pawn.
There's
Or something.
thousands.
And the manifest, that's just people that didn't have their own private jets and private helicopters.
Yeah.
That was people that were brought in.
A lot of celebrities went to Epstein's island.
Well, yeah, Prince Andrew went there.
Yeah. Dirty
Yeah.
mother. I don't. Yeah. He did.
Randy Andy.
Who?
Randy Andy. That's what they used to call him. Randy Andy.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty bad. So
I
we got,
couldn't even like look at a kid like that. Like I don't even want to talk about it anymore. It makes me really disgusted. Like
yeah, you got anything else to talk about?
yeah, I mean, the forest fire smoke went away.
Oh, that lady got sprayed with water. What happened there?
Well, it's because she was the tide was coming in, and it was the police chief's wife that sprayed the East Indian lady with the hose, and it's a racial racially motivated, I guess, apparently, which I wouldn't doubt it. A lot of East Indian people used to get treated like trash by white people when I was growing up.
Yeah.
In East Van and Burnaby and all throughout Surrey and just like whatever places I went to. And I think that's horrible because you can't just hate someone because they're brown. You know what I mean? Or
Totally.
East Indian. I don't. I have East Indian friends and I don't hate them. So
Yeah, I love them.
So
Beautiful
and a lot
culture.
of East Indian people I've met were either I don't want to offend anyone. They were either really bad or really good. So I met a lot of really good ones or a lot of really bad ones, and that's for every race. That goes the same for any race I ever met. I met a lot of bad Italian people, a lot of good Italian people, a lot of, you know what I mean? A lot of good people that were from backgrounds that were African and that were good and bad. And then so I was like, when I met people that were racist towards like a person of color, it really pissed me off because you don't even know the person.
Yeah, didn't
Right?
didn't Neil Patrick Harris make a racial slur or something? Something about the best in
Yeah, we
the
don't have in Hollywood, right? They always have white actors and they whitewash and ruin everything.
yeah.
Like they had, what's his name? Neil Patrick Harris say the best and the brightest, and he smiles. And I'm like, but you just want to smack a guy like that? Because they don't represent African and Native people, right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
people of ethnic backgrounds that are colored.
Well, they
Like,
don't very well.
Even like Japanese and Chinese, sorry.
They do, but they don't do it very well. They don't do it
I'm
very
sure
well.
that they have a lot, like, Aorta, the New Zealanders and people that are from there, they're Aboriginals from there.
Yeah.
They have a lot of cool stuff that they would be able to put on film, but they don't get a lot of chances to do it
Hmm.
because of it's not because of lack of talent, because the fact that the whites don't want them to do it. Hollywood is pretty corrupt, right? So they were even saying this in the news, and I'm watching it. And I've seen Native people make good movies. It wasn't made very mainstream.
Yeah. I was just in a movie made by all
Because
natives.
they're artists, bro. Look at their art.
Yeah.
Like the lady said that African people don't even get like businesses. They don't get loans and they're scrutinized or whatever, and they get treated like as less than human by a bank and stuff when they're a white person. And I'm not saying all white people because a lot of people can't get loans, but this is what this lady was saying. And how have you seen like on the news that black businesses in Toronto and like little Jamaica weren't getting weren't able to keep their businesses afloat, and they're finally getting money now, which is should have been done a long time ago. I mean, Trudeau pledged 53 million, I believe, to it,
Yeah.
to their businesses and whatever. But that should have been done a long time ago. Because I've seen races of my whole life towards like people like that. You couldn't even get an apartment when you were black
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
in Toronto, and that's you know me, right? I'm about to start swearing and going off, but I'm not going to. It's ridiculous,
Good.
but it's how I feel though about it,
Yeah.
and it's insane because Hollywood was saying that like Neil Patrick Harris, like it just when he said that, the best and the whitest, and he has that goofy smirk. I wanted to slap that smirk off his face.
Yeah. That's not right.
Well, how would you feel, man? Like
Well,
if you were them, if you're African, an idiot like that says something like that.
yeah, especially when in this climate.
Yeah, you have a lot of black friends, and I do too, and a lot of colored friends of all races. So I just thought it was horrible, dude.
Yeah. Well, you got anything else you want to talk about before we wrap it up?
Yeah, man, like the colors of the smoke and the sky, like it looked so crazy. It looked like Blade Runner,
Is it
but it
orange?
was LA. Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't like out of a movie. It's disgusting. It's horrible that it happens. Like, why haven't we figured out a way to put those fires out yet
Yeah, it seems like
before they happen?
every year you get all these fires and it's just doesn't make sense. Like,
They're natural, a lot of them, from
yeah.
lightning or whatever, but it's bad. And it is good, but it's bad because, um, I mean, it causes new growth and everything, but
But it's dangerous. It
it's bad.
destroys cities and towns.
You want to breathe it in.
Yeah.
And all the animals that got killed in that fire in
Australia.
Australia, all that growth was beautiful and ruined.
Yeah, it's all ruined. We might be
You
saying
think that
goodbye
they-
to some species too.
Well, there's a lot of like little frogs and different like lizards that get killed off like that.
Hmm. Yeah, so let's wrap it up.
Sure, man.
Okay, thank you for watching. We do this every week, and we try and get it to you guys promptly.
Yeah, man.
We love all you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you so much. Peace out, guys.